Yeah. So today what we are discussing is about the logical operations. Okay. So we need to understand one thing. So as of now, we have been doing with arithmetical operations. That means in the world. Okay. So we have in the world we have two kinds of operations. So what are they? Arithmetic operations and logical operations. Okay. So arithmetic operations and logical operations. And logical operations also we can call it as relational operations or whatever. Okay. There are so many names who are there for it. Okay. But yeah, arithmetic operations means what? I have already told you additions, subtractions, divisions, and multiplications are called as arithmetic operations. Arithmetic operations are only four. They are additions, subtractions, divisions, and multiplication. Only four. Okay. So when you do these operations, you need to understand when you do any arithmetic operations, you will get number as an output. Number as output. That means if you do arithmetic operation, that means if you perform addition, you will get one more number as an output. If you perform subtraction, you will get one more number as an output. If you do a division, you will get one more number as an output, right? So like that, if you do any perform, if you perform any of the four operations, which is arithmetic operations, as an output, you will get number only. That number can be integer or float. That depends on the numbers what is participated. That means what you need to understand. You need to understand one more theory about operations. Operations will have this kind of terminology. What are they? Operation, okay, operator, operand, operand, okay. These are the terminologies we always use while you are talking about any operation, okay. So if it is an operation, in that operation there will be operands. Operands are something like participants. Operands means in that operation how many participants are there, they are called operands. And what is the symbol we are using is called operator. Like that there are some terminology has been used in this, right? So and based on the operands, based on the participants or operands, based on the participants, okay, based on the participants, we can call, we can consider that particular operation. Is it unary operation, or is it binary operation, or it is ternary operation, like that. That means how many operands are participating in that operation. Based on that only we say in this particular operation, if you are having only one operand, then that is called unary operation. Unary operation, okay. That means, for example, um, I have addition, okay. So in addition, how we can actually represent addition? If there is two operands, one operand is a, another operand is b, I consider as a plus b, right? So if a plus b is operation, then in that a plus b, a is one operand, b is one more operand. Operand are something like participator or participant, all right. So a and b, two participants are there. How many participants are there? Two participants, right? So in two participants are there, so that this operation called binary operation. Binary means, actually bi means two. So binary, in the binary operation always two two operators, two operands will be there, one operator will be there. So two operands, always two operands only will be there. That means two participants only will be there. What if it is something like a plus b plus c? Then there will be one more. We need to understand this one. If a plus b plus c plus d, then what happened? Will that be a binary operation? It is also binary. Always addition is binary only. Addition operation itself is a binary. That means how this is going to happen means, first it will do a plus b, then with that answer it will do plus c, and with that operation answer it will do the D plus D. That means always two operands only will be there. You can only do two operands at a time. You're getting? In that case, always addition is binary operation. That's what it is. Even though you keep A plus B plus C plus D, how the performance is happening? You'll always do plus A plus B first. Then with that answer, it will do plus C. With that answer, it will do plus D. That means always at a time, how many operands are there? Two only. In that particular, with that particular operation, in that particular explanation, you will understand binary operation is always binary operation. Addition is always binary operation. How in that in one operation, if I take one operation, okay, how many operands are participating at a time? Based on that only, we consider that operation is a binary operation or unary or ternary, like that. Okay, so I have taken one example which we know that A plus B have been used. We did not use unary as of now. If I say unary also, you won't understand because you did not use it. That operation also there in Java, unary operation. Okay, but we did not use it. That's what I take an example and understand this, right? I have taken addition, right? So addition is a plus B is a formula for two numbers, right? So in that, how many operands are there? How many operands are there? Two operands. In addition, how many operands are there? Two operands, A plus B, right? So since it is having two operands, we are considering this as binary operation. So I took one more example in the same addition, like A plus B plus C plus D. Generally, by seeing how many operands are there, by seeing there are four operands. But can I say it's a ternary or something else? No. Why? Because addition is always binary operation. So at a time only two operands can be participated. So that with that consideration only, even though if you put in the Java also A plus B plus C plus D, it will consider, it will do. It is not something like it won't avoid. It will do it and give the answer. But still, how that is happening? It is doing first A plus B. With that answer, it will do C. With that answer, it will do the D. So always two participants only will be there, like that. So binary operation, that is where addition is a binary operation. Okay, like that, subtraction, like that, division, like that, multiplication. All these four are binary operations. That means what? Always two operands will be there, one operator will be there. Okay, and also we understood arithmetic operations are binary operations. First thing. Second thing, arithmetic operations will give you number as an output. Okay, so that is where you are understood that. So like that, there are arithmetic operations. Now we understood our focus point is always one thing. What we need to remember is, you have to remember not all that, man. What is the statement means? If I perform arithmetic operations, i will give I will get number as an output. What is the main point? If I perform arithmetic operation, I will get the number as an output. I will get number as an output. I won't get anything else apart from number, right? That is the first focus point. And all arithmetic operations are binary operation. That means always at least two numbers should be there. At least two operands should be there. At least two operands should be there. If there is no two operations, I cannot perform arithmetic operation. That means I cannot perform additions, I cannot perform subtraction. If I have only one number, how you will add it? You can't add it, na? Like that. If you have at least two numbers, then you can do it like that. Okay, so that is two statements you have to remember. Now we'll coming to the logical operation. There is one more operations I told you, na. One is arithmetic operations, another one is logical operations. In the logical operations, okay, they are also binary operations only. Logical operations are binary operations only. Logical operations are binary the moment it is binary operation, that means what? That operation also will perform with the two operands, with two participants. That means you need two participants to do the logical operations also. Okay, that is clear. Second thing you need to clear, if you perform logical operation, I'm making the statement, remember, if you perform the logical operation, you will get boolean value as an output. What is the statement? if you perform logical operation, what is that? If you perform logical operation, you will get Boolean value. Boolean value as an output. Value as an output. So I made the statement clearly. If we perform logical operation, I will get Boolean value as an output. I will get Boolean as value as an output. If I perform arithmetic operation, what value I will get as an output? Numbers only, right? Like that, if I perform logical operations, I will get Boolean value as an output. Boolean values, what and all Boolean values? True or false, right? True or false only will get as an output. That's what we need to understand. And also we know that logical operations also binary operations. Logical operations also binary operation. In the sense, these logical operations also will perform using two operands. Two operands. Operands means participants. We need two operands. So what are the operands? Can be a number, can be a digit, can be a character, anything. That's fine. But can be able to perform logical operation. What are the operators? We have operators for logical operations. We have arithmetic operations also, we have operators, right? Plus, minus, 2 and all. For the logical operations also we have operators. What are they? Greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, and not equal to. Equal to and not equal to. Less than, they are only logical. Now we understand, right? What you understood? Logical operations also can be performed using two operands, and logical operators also I know. And also we know one thing, which one is logical operations will give you Boolean output. What it will give you? It will give you Boolean output. So I will give you one example and we'll finish this session. You need to now write the algorithms accordingly. I will give you one algorithm as well, right? So that based on that. Okay. So what I'm going to do now, I'll be able to do one thing here. Okay. What is my problem statement? What is my problem statement? Problem statement is A and is A greater? Given A and B, two numbers, is A greater? We're getting? So this is the problem statement. What is the problem statement? Given A and B, two numbers, among them, between them, is A greater? Is A greater? That means A అనేది పెద్దదా అని అడుగుతున్నాడు స్టేట్మెంట్. ఏ అండ్ బి రెండు ఇచ్చిన వాల్యూస్ రెండు ఇచ్చినాను. ఆ రెండు వాల్యూస్ లో ఏ అనేది పెద్దది, అంతే. సింపుల్. ఈజ్ ఏ గ్రేటర్, అంతే. దానికి మనము ప్రోగ్రామ్ అల్గారిథం ఎట్లా రాస్తాం? మామూలుగా అల్గారిథం ఎట్లా రాస్తాము? స్టార్ట్, డిక్లేర్. ఇప్పుడు ఫస్ట్ దీనికి ఫార్ములా కనుక్కోవాలా. వాట్ ఈస్ ఫార్ములా? Once you got the problem statement, then what you need to understand? You need to understand formula. In that formula, you need to remember what and all the variables, what and all the constants. Don't forget all these things. You have to, while you are doing anything, you have to do the same way. You should not skip anything. If you skip, that's it. You gone. Okay. You should not skip. I have seen that you did not even mention what is the problem statement. Where is problem statement? Where is today's one? స్టేట్మెంట్ ఏంటి, దాని ఫార్ములా ఏంటి, దాని వేరియబుల్స్ ఏంటివి, అవన్నీ సేమ్ వస్తాయి దేంట్లో అయినా ఒకటే. ఇప్పుడు మనకి ఇక్కడ ప్రాబ్లం స్టేట్మెంట్ ఏంది? ఏ అండ్ బి టూ నంబర్స్ ఈజ్ ఏ గ్రేటర్. దీనికి ఫార్ములా ఏంటంటే ఏ గ్రేటర్ దెన్ బి. ఏంది ఫార్ములా? ఏ గ్రేటర్ దెన్ బి ఫార్ములా. ఏ గ్రేటర్ దెన్ బి చేస్తేనే ఏ పెద్దదని తెలుస్తుంది మీకు, అంతేనా? ఏ గ్రేటర్ దెన్ బి చేయాలని ఫార్ములా. గ్రేటర్ ఏనా కాదని చూడాలంటే ఏ గ్రేటర్ దెన్ బి చేయాలి. బీనా కాదని చూడాలంటే బి గ్రేటర్ దెన్ ఏ చేయాలా. ఏనా కాదని చూడాలంటే ఏ గ్రేటర్ దెన్ బి చేయాలి అంతే, సింపుల్. ఇప్పుడు ఏ గ్రేటర్ దెన్ బిలో ఎన్ని వేరియబుల్స్ ఉన్నాయి? హౌ మెనీ వేరియబుల్స్ ఆర్ దేర్? హౌ మెనీ కాన్స్టెంట్స్ ఆర్ దేర్? There is no constants. Okay, there are only two variables, and we have another variable also for storing purpose. C is equal to a greater than b is also one variable we'll have. Okay, now I'll be making the C also like this. Now I'll be putting this is the C is equal to a greater than b. Now in that case we remember one thing, this is logical operations, right? So in the logical operation, what is the output you will get? Boolean. Declare a as int. Okay, declare b as int, declare C as boolean. Declare C as, ఎందుకంటే నాకు ఆడ అవుట్పుట్ లోనే తెలుసు నాకు బూలియన్ వస్తుందని. అర్థమవుతుందా? అర్థమైందా? ఇప్పుడు నాకు ఫిఫ్త్ స్టేట్మెంట్ ఏం చేస్తాను నేను? టేక్ నంబర్, రైట్? టేక్ ఏ నంబర్ ఫర్ ఏ, టేక్ ఏ నంబర్ అండ్ స్టోర్ ఇన్ ఏ, టేక్ ఏ నంబర్ అండ్ స్టోర్ ఇన్ బి. మళ్ళీ ఇట్లే రాయాలనే రూల్ లేదు, ఆ అర్థం అట్లే ఉండాలి. కానీ మన ఓన్ స్టేట్మెంట్ మళ్ళీ చెప్తున్నాను, నేను ఒకటి రాసాను మళ్ళీ మీరు తప్పు రాసినారు అంటాడు వీడు. నా లాంగ్వేజ్ నాది ఉంటుంది, నీ లాంగ్వేజ్ నీది ఉంటుంది రాసేటప్పుడు, కానీ అర్థం సేమ్ ఉందా అంతే కావాల్సి ఉండేది. అర్థమవుతాను చెప్పిందే. మళ్ళీ టేక్ ఏ నెంబర్ రాయాలి కదా అంటాడు అప్పుడే వీడు. నేను టేక్ ఏ నెంబర్ ఫర్ ఏ అని రాద్దాం అనుకుంటే వీడు ఇంకొకటి చెప్తాడు. అట్లా ఉంటుంది, అలా అవసరం లే. అది లాజిక్ మనకు స్టెప్ కరెక్ట్ గా ఉంది అంతే కావాల్సి ఉండేది. మన ఓన్ లాంగ్వేజ్ కదా అది, అల్గారిథమా ప్రోగ్రామ్ మన ఓన్ లాంగ్వేజ్ కాదు. అర్థమవుతుందా? కాబట్టి అక్కడ కరెక్ట్ గా ఉండాల, అంతేగాని మనం రాసే అల్గారిథం మన ఓన్ లాంగ్వేజ్ అంటే మన ఓన్ స్టేట్మెంట్ అర్థం ఒకటే ఉంటుంది, కానీ నేను డిఫరెంట్ గా చెప్తా అంతే కదా. ఓకే, నెక్స్ట్ క్యాలిక్యులేట్ ఏ గ్రేటర్ దెన్ బి అండ్ స్టోర్ ఇన్ సి. ఇప్పుడు కరెక్ట్ గా వచ్చింది. ఇప్పుడు క్యాలిక్యులేట్ ఏ గ్రేటర్ దెన్ బి అండ్ స్టోర్ ఇన్ సి అని చెప్పిన. సిలో ఏముంటది? బూలియన్ వాల్యూ అంటే ఏముంటది? ట్రూ గానే ఉంటుంది లేదంటే ఫాల్స్ గానే ఉంటుంది. అంటే ఇన్ ద సి వేరియబుల్ వీఆర్ స్టోరింగ్ ఓన్లీ, ఇట్ విల్ బి స్టోర్డ్ ఓన్లీ false or true, that's it. False or true, only that. But what is the problem statement? Is a greater? I have to say yes, it is a greater. I have to say that, right? Otherwise I have to say false. That okay na? ఇదొక ఇది అల్గారిథం. అర్థమైందా? ఇప్పుడు ప్రోగ్రామ్ దీనికి ఎట్లా రాస్తాము? స్టార్ట్ ఉంది, డిక్లేర్ ఏ యాజ్ ఇంట్ అంటే డిక్లేర్ ఏ యాజ్ ఇంటూ, డిక్లేర్ బి యాజ్ ఇంట్ అంటే డిక్లేర్ బి యాజ్ ఇంటూ, వాల్యూ తీసుకున్నాము, రైట్? సి బూలియన్ గా డిక్లేర్ చేయాలా, బూలియన్ సి. ఓకేనా? ఇప్పుడు మనం ఏం చేయాలా? ఏ 34 బి 50 ఆల్రెడీ ఉంది, అది ఇక్కడ యాక్చువల్గా ఇక్కడ రాయాలి. అది ఏ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు 34, అదేదో ఒక నంబర్, రైట్? బి ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు అదే ఉందిలే, నేను మళ్ళా అడుగుతారు కదా. ఓకే, ఇచ్చినాను కదా. తర్వాత ఏం చేయాలి? సి ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు ఏ గ్రేటర్ దెన్ బి చేయాలి, అంతేనా? ఇప్పుడు ఏం చేయాలా? సిస్టమ్ డాట్ అవుట్ డాట్ ప్రింట్ ఎల్ఎన్ చేసి సి పెట్టాలి, అంతే. ఓకేనా? సో ఇఫ్ యూ డూ దిస్, వాట్ విల్ గోయింగ్ టు హ్యాపెన్? It will perform the logical operation and store that value in C and it will going to display. అర్థమైందా మీకు? కమాండ్ ప్రాంప్ట్కి వెళ్తే కంపైల్ చేస్తే కంపైల్ అయిందా? రన్ చేస్తే ట్రూ వచ్చింది. ఈ ఏ పెద్దది 30 ఉంది, బి 20 ఉంది, కాబట్టి ఏ పెద్దది ట్రూ వచ్చింది. ఒకవేళ బి నేను ఇట్లా పెద్దది చేస్తే ఏమవుతుంది? ఇప్పుడు ఫాల్స్ రావాలా? అది కూడా టెస్ట్ చేయాలి మనం, రెండింటిని టెస్ట్ చేయాలి. అర్థమవుతుందా? ఏందిరా అది? ఓకే, వచ్చిందా ఫాల్స్? సో దిస్ ఈజ్ వాట్ ఇట్ ఈస్. Okay, that is how the operation, and you have to practice it with different logics. We have greater than or equal to. We have all the operators. All the operators I would use. I have already given all the operators. I need by tomorrow. You have to use in each and every operator in a different program, along with algorithm and your program. Okay.